What's up, guys? It's Aaron the Trucking Guy, bringing you some content, man. I apologize for not making something over the past couple days. It's been hard for me to find time to do it. But anyway, just wanted to give a little bit of a insight into getting started. I know a lot of people hit me up and say, how can I get started? How can I get started? And then I had a guy a while back, I think if you watch some of my other videos, I told him what to do, and he ended up going and getting a box truck. He had like 10,000 cash, bought a used box truck. Well, he called me today and he's like, hey man, you were right. I shouldn't have done that. My motor blew up. It was an old used truck. Now I got a load on the truck. I can't get off. I got to figure that out. My insurance is due tomorrow. I haven't made no money. I'm not gonna be able to pay it. My insurance is gonna get canceled. I'm gonna lose my MC. And I hate to hear that kind of stuff, man, because he went through all that trouble and, to do it right. And he finally stepped out to be an entrepreneur and kind of land right on your face, and it sucks, man, because if he would have done the things that I told him to do, he probably would still be rolling right now and, making money. So it's all about, how you land, how you pivot from your mistakes when you're dead set on trying to do it. I've got another guy that I'm mentoring, and last night we were talking and he's wanting to get into it. And he's just like, well, there's always a way around that. We can do it this way or do it this way or do it that way. And I'm like, man, you're asking me for my advice. If you were going to a heart surgeon and want to talk to somebody about heart surgery and you're going to have heart surgery done, wouldn't you want the guy that's already done a whole lot of heart surgeries and is successful at it and knows what he's talking about? Or would you want the guy that's like, I've never done it, but there's always a way around that. We can get into it. We can do this, this, and this. And, talking from something that he don't know jack about. And when I put it that way, he's like, okay, yeah, man, you're right. I just need to quit saying things like that, because there's just no way to cut corners, guys. In this industry, there's just no way to cut corners. You have to do it right. If you don't, I promise you, you're going to get smacked right between the eyes with a whole lot of, the hard way or whatever. So it's difficult, guys. It's not easy. This is an industry that it rewards hard work and dedication and doing it right. And it really does slam down the people who don't, because you see a lot of trucks broke down. You see a lot of people out of business. If you go on there, you can look at the amount of MCs that are going active today, and you can look at the amount that are becoming not active today, being suspended, being canceled, closed, whatever. So the amount of companies going in and out of business is public knowledge. If you go to fmcsa.gov, you can see that. And there's a whole lot. For every one going in, there's another one going out. So being in this game a long time, the statistics I've said in many of my other videos, the statistics are like 80-90% of the failure rate in the first year. So just the first year, guys. So it's very important to do things the right way, set your ducks up. But as far as barrier to entry, I think going a hotshot route is the easiest, most cost-effective route to get your foot in the game. Whether you lease one from Enterprise, to get started until you can make some money. But definitely do not go open your own MC. Don't do that. Do not do that. Go get with somebody like us or another good company. There's a lot of them, man. I know Chuck with 402. There's many different guys. If you're wanting recommendations, it doesn't have to be us, guys. It can be somebody else. But get with a company who's going to be there for you when you break down, who can handle the problems when you don't even know what the problems are that are going to come up, but we've already been through it. We know how to handle it when your trailer axles go down. We have the connections and calls to Dexter axles. When you have flats or have, lug nuts break and nobody wants to come help you work on your truck or your trailer, we know who to call because we have people in some areas. We've been there, done that, So, having other trucks that can come get your trailer if you break down and your motor blows up, we can still get the load delivered and things like that. If you sign up and do your own thing, you don't have any of that. You don't have any of that knowledge. You don't have any of that help, any of that support system. And yeah, you guys are hung up on, man, I got to pay 20% or 25% or whatever. I'm getting ripped off. Well, no, you're not, because you're handling that. Somebody's going to do all the back end paperwork, credit checks, bank, payroll, the tax stuff, giving you a 1099 or W-2 or whatever they're doing, as well as, handling the problems and being that buffer between you and the broker, being that buffer between you and the customer, you and the DOT officer, you and the whoever, right? That's what our job is as a company. So if you don't know how to handle all of those other things, stay the hell away from getting your own authority. Don't do it. If you want to grow a business and build 5, 6, 10 trucks and you've never done it, lease on with somebody who can help you. If you've done it before and you're in the trucking industry, if you've driven a truck and you want to step out and get your own MC and you're pretty knowledgeable about it, jump out there and do it. I'm all for that. But I do not recommend anybody getting their own MC if they've never been in any part of the industry, don't know anything about it, because you're going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to fail, and it's not going to work out. I would say that out of 100 people, one might not fail, and they're very resourceful. I mean, very resourceful. Somebody who has really good credit, somebody who's really smart, somebody who's been an entrepreneur before in other businesses or other things of their industries or other aspects of their life. They've been very resourceful and had to pivot and move and do things and, kind of adapt on the fly. The average person is not like that. So you're going to just end up, oh, I didn't know that. And DOT slams you with a $10,000 fine. Well, how can you do that when I didn't know that? I didn't even know that was a law, or I didn't know that was a rule. And it's just going to happen, guys. There's no way around it. You're going to fail. So don't, by not planning, you're planning to fail, right? Don't do that. Sign up with somebody who knows all those roadblocks, who knows all those hurdles, who's going to keep you legal, who's going to fight for you, who's going to be there for you, who's going to make sure you get paid and not screwed around, who's going to take care of all of that back end pain in the ass work, guys. But barrier entry, yeah, you can get into a hotshot truck, whether it's buy one, lease one, rent one, take over payments by somebody else's stuff, or get a trailer, buy a trailer if you can afford to do that, or trade whatever you have in the yard, for a nice, big Tex, whatever you got to do, the cheap one you can get, upgrade it to the right tires, make money as you go and improve and adapt as you go on if you have to get started. But the best way to do it is just go drive for somebody else and stack your money. Stack your money, man. Stack that, 10 grand. Stack, if you're making $1,000 a week, it's 10 weeks, guys. If you're eating ramen noodles and you don't have a big family to take care of and a bunch of bills at home, if not, it might take you 20 or 30 weeks to do it because you got to pay the bills at home and stack that cash. But keep stacking that money, and then you have money to put down on a truck. You have funds, if your credit's not right, go get your credit right, man. Hire people, look up things like the credit game on YouTube and different things to get your credit right, to get things fixed and moving in the right direction, because you need credit, and as an individual, you need it as a business, to buy trucks, to buy trailers, to have fuel cards, to have bank accounts, to do things that you want to do. You need credit and you need money. And if you're coming into it and you've only got $10,000, the guy made a big mistake that I was telling you about by buying a box truck, a used one at that. So he probably bought a truck for 10 grand, put some fuel on a credit card, started his MC and took off. That truck, that $10,000 truck is a ticking time bomb. It's rolling dice. I'm not saying that it's not gonna work. I'm just saying that, man, it's like jumping with not a backup parachute, So you got no credit, no extra money, no major credit card to put fuel on or put an engine in the truck when it breaks down or anything like that. And you just bought the wrong truck because you can't make any money. He called me a while back, man, I can't make any money, I got with a dispatch company. They said they could get me $5 grand a week. The best I've done is $3. By the time I paid for fuel and insurance and this and that, I'm not making any profit. All the things that I already knew about with box trucks that, I tell people, don't do box trucks. Stay as far away from them as you can. They're not profitable. They're not realistic. Unless you got with a customer or a couple of customers direct that you could run those things local or maybe in a 150 mile radius. And then you could build a fleet. I think there's a guy that did that on YouTube. He had 10 or 15 of them. But that's not a legitimate OTR trucking company like what we do. We don't do that. I've never messed with that. I've run box trucks in the beginning trying to learn what worked and what didn't work, and it was real quick. I'll do it for a month, that don't work. I did the Sprinter van thing, that don't work. Coming into it. So yeah, I tried those little things, but I didn't go out and buy a freaking $10,000 used crappy box truck. I leased one or rented one for 30 days as a trial and error before I went and spent $10,000. That's a dumb investment. And if you call somebody and they consult on your business and what you should do with your future, they tell you not to do things like that, and you go and do it, well, it's not smart. So there's plenty of other options out there for you guys that have the good credit and you're scared to jump in because you don't know enough about it. You're smart. Make the right decision, whether it's lease a enterprise truck, run it for somebody for a while, or go drive somebody else's truck and see what it takes to strap and load and do things. See what it takes financially, see what the insurance costs are, see what, how the money rolls in, see how the flow works, see how the loads work, and things like that before you just jump and dive into it head first and smack a big ass rock. I can't reiterate that enough, guys, as this is an industry where you will fail and the failure rate is high. So this is Trucking Guy signing off. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Catch you on the next one.